Hey buddy, Eric Solobox. So there's a lot going on out here today. So I was up until about 2 o'clock in the morning last night out here in the shop. It's amazing how you can just continue to work when you're interested in what you're doing. Like if I was grinding boxes, I would have gone to bed at like 9 p.m., right? So anyway, I was out here till about 2, really enjoying myself, listening to some music and working on getting this island, the new island built for my layout table. And actually, by the way, this has been upgraded. It's no longer an island. We've upgraded it to a peninsula. This is an island, but I'll get to this in a minute. So anyway, what I ended up doing was I built a plywood top that got the working height to exactly where I want it. This is about 3/4 of an inch taller than how the old bench was, which I really like. This is a really nice working height for me. And so I've started moving some stuff in, and I'm really thrilled to be a little bit more organized. So this side of the peninsula is where I do shipping and stuff. So I've got all my shipping type of stuff. Like all this stuff used to sit in my top box over here and just clutter the hell out of stuff. And so I'm glad to have a dedicated spot. So actually this side of this, I've always done all of the shipping on this side. I think I'm gonna start maybe doing assembly on this side also and leave this side still to basic all layout and building oriented stuff. I build on this side because I like to be able to turn around, make shear cuts, bends on the brake. So it's a really good side for me to be working on. I'm doing all my assembly type of stuff over here. This is definitely a lot more solid. Like it doesn't move. The old bench, if I did that, it'd just wobble all over the place. So anyway, anybody that's been paying attention, the old bench had a bunch of this stuff down underneath of it. And what that is some prototype stuff. People that don't know me, I don't really talk about it on the channel here, but I'm really into high-end audio stuff too. And so I think I'm gonna start producing some speaker stands, bring something entirely new to market. So I've been toying with that stuff on the side as I'm able to. But the thing is, to get the speaker stands right, I really needed a perfectly flat surface. And so I had this one extra out of the 4 cabinets, and I was thinking that I would put it over here next to the toolbox, but I elected to I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna leave all that stuff alone. What I really need is a new welding station. So I've welded since Solobox started. This was actually an old table saw that somebody had built from scratch that I found in my barn out on the farm. And this is 1/4 inch and it's not perfectly flat. But I've built a lot of motorcycle frames on this thing and it got retired today. I went and got a nice big sheet of 3/8 inch thick plate. This is flat. And so I'm going to now have all of my welding stuff organized. Like I think I'm going to drill a hole in the side here and feed this rod through and then through over here. And then I'm gonna be able to hang all of my welding clamps will be hanging inside there. And then I can put like spare wire and like there's just lots of little tiny things that I'm always needing to grab for while I'm working that I can have here. So I'm really thrilled about this. I did go ahead and I put this one on 4 casters, so it's movable too. So I can float that around the shop or wherever it needs to be. Same with the welding cart, you know, it's on wheels. So if I need to bring the welder or my station out and put it someplace else in the room, I can do that. I've always welded the boxes at the end of the bench because of this working height. This height is just too low down for me to actually construct the boxes. This is gonna be so much better. So I'm thinking that all of my welding is gonna be done from here now. And I think one of the things I'm gonna get to next or here pretty soon is I wanna build an exhaust hood to do a little bit better job of evacuating the fumes in here. I've got, you guys have probably never seen this, but I've got a couple of fans up here that basically force smoke up and out of this room, but they're not super effective. So I'm gonna have to change that. I am on the hunt, it looks like, for a new welding stool. I've been welding on that stool for about 8-9 years now. It's now going to be too short. You like my pillow? I got all the comforts of home. So yeah, I'm gonna need something a little bit taller. Something more like a bar stool, I think. May not go with something with a back on it. I don't use the back on this. I don't tend to really lean back, at least not intentionally. So I'm on the hunt for something to replace that with, and I still need to get all of my layout stuff transferred over onto the new bench and make sure everything's perfectly square. So this is kind of, man, it's a wreck out here, but it's all going to be worth it. It's going to be so much nicer to work out here. So anyway, I think I've pretty well covered everything that's going on. I'm going to get back to work working on this, and I will check in with you guys later on. Ride safe, everybody.